Alright, we are back for the ads. Good morning, Cassidy. Good morning, Isa. Or good Mrognan, if you will. Also, thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I was grabbing a little bit of a bite to eat. I was reading about the story behind the pronunciation of sigil. I don't know how accurate or reliable this is, but what I found was that I mean, obviously, sigil is a English word, which means something in a specific pronunciation. But the people behind Planescape, one of the people mispronounced it, and it became like an in-joke, and so they went with sigil as the name of the city, and even made it a thing where like someone got sentenced to death for pronouncing sigil as sigil. I honestly don't know if I can stay with sigil throughout the entire game. We might have our, we might need to make our own canon and use sigil. Okay, yeah, I was in the middle of talking to Fall from Grace, and we were about to ask her about all our companions. So let's talk about me. I'm curious. I don't think there are really like quote-unquote romances in Planescape Torment. But I'm wondering how the city of Smeagol. Yeah. I'm curious, like, if there's any impact to getting like Fall from Grace and Anna pissed off at each other. Curious to know your feelings about me. She gives a slight smile. The lady must have her secrets. Yeah, I'd like to know your thoughts on my situation then. You know anything else that might prove helpful? Well, shadows keep coming to kill me. I have a feeling they're following me, but I don't know why. Shadows? She falls silent for a moment. Shadows are shades of the dead. They do not tend to hunt. They tend to lie in wait for their victims. Curious. I think there's someone out to murder me. So much so that I built a tomb trap to try and kill them. According to an inscription on the tomb, he's been coming after me for, well, as long as my incarnations can remember, it seems. Then whoever the killer is, he's lived a very long time to have pursued you for so long. She taps her chin for a moment. Could the killer be immortal as well? Possibly. Okay, that's about...
Yes?
Didn't really get much information out of her on that one. Do you have any idea who or what I might be? She frowns in thought. I freely admit that you are something of an enigma, she smiles. But I find such mysteries intriguing. Shall we attempt to puzzle out your situation? Yes. First, while it's possible that you are a tiefling or some sort of crossbreed, my guess is that you are human. Or were at one time. Alright, go on. Your appearance is approximately a male in his early 30s. The stitching and scar tissue make an exact determination difficult. Tell me about it. Go on. The key to your past is your memory, and it seems certain locations, events, and people trigger seemingly forgotten memories. It would seem to be in your best interest to visit as many locations as possible, and speak to as many as others as possible. In short, experience your universe as much as possible. A sensate's advice, eh? She gives a bemused smile. I would not advise it if I did not practice it, and if you did not already know it to be true. There may be something else. Okay, that's the same conversation.
Yes?
Anything else about me? Nope. Okay.
Yes?
I'm curious if we can ask the other people about our companions, but I don't remember seeing that as an option for everybody else. Maybe it's just a conversation with her. Okay, let's ask about Mort. Mort is most peculiar. I have seen a great deal in my life, but nothing quite like him. He behaves somewhat like a Mimer. Granted, there's no denying that he is knowledgeable, but he has a certain... She sniffs the air and wrinkles her nose. Beator and smell about him. Smell? Yes. but he's not a Baiatsu. At least, of any variety I've encountered. The smell alone, however, makes me treat the skull with caution. What do you mean when you say Baiatsu and Beatorian? My apologies. Beator is one of the outer planes, the home of a race of fiends called the Baiatsu. They are evil creatures, yet they are organized and lawful in many of their behaviors. Some might call them devils. They believe in contracts and hierarchy. In many ways, they are like evil bureaucrats. What were you saying about the smell? What were you saying about Mimir? Mimirs are encyclopedias of knowledge. The owner may ask them questions, and if they possess the knowledge, they will inform the user of what it knows. And Mort is one? I don't believe so. Mort lacks the silvery metal that Mimirs customarily have, and he seems to have an attitude of his own. Such qualities are not present in conventional Mimirs. Grace shrugs slightly. He may be one, but he's unlike any that I've encountered. I don't think he's one either. Perhaps there is some test to verify his authenticity, but I would not do one if you value him as a friend. If you do, then you must accept what he has told you. Let's talk to Mort
What's
now.
eating you, Chief?
Said you remember, right? Yeah, and it's like a floating encyclopedia. You put information in, you get information out. But aren't they made of silvery metal? So, maybe some are, but I'm not. And there's stranger things on the plains, Chief. I don't think you're on, Mort. What are you? What's with the interrogation? What do you know about Mimirs, anyway? I know enough to think you're lying to me. First, that bit about the missing line from my back saying not to trust you. Then this. What am I supposed to think? Okay, I'm not a Mimir, but I know a lot of stuff, so I might as well be one. What are you then? I'm a floating skull who knows a lot. What about the Beatoran smell you have? What would you know about what Beator smells like? Unless, hey, have you been talking about me with that Tenari? Or you've been talking about me with that Tenari, haven't you? What does she know? Well, she's obviously touched on something. That is a Beatoran smell, right? Well, yeah, so I smell a little. Excuse me. Why do you smell like Beator? I was in the Hells for a while. Kind of a long while. The stench kind of grows on you. You were in the Hells? What were you doing there? See, well, there's this pillar on Avernus, the first layer of Beator. It's called the Pillar of Skulls, but it's more like a pillar of heads. To hear some bashers tell it, it's supposedly made of heads of Burks, mostly sages and scholars, who've used their knowing of this, and knowing of that when they were alive, knowing of this and knowing of that when they were alive to stretch the truth a little. So much that they might have hurt or killed someone by doing it. Well, when I died, I ended up there. Funny, huh? Not really. He goes silent for a moment. Yeah, you're right. It's not funny at all. You see, I think I knew a lot of things when I was alive. And maybe when I did know something, I didn't always tell the truth about it. And I'm thinking that when I bent the truth once or twice, I may have led to someone getting penned in the dead book sooner than they should have. It was me, wasn't it? He looks at you for a moment. Yeah, I can't say how I know it, Chief, but I think so. I think you were the one that got me sent there. The last twig in the bundle before the whole load snaps. Thing is, I can't remember what happened. I don't even remember being human, or what my life was even like before I woke up on the pillar. Why'd you forget? That's pretty much the way of things when you die, as I'm sure you're no stranger to. You just forget. I figure I wasn't a sterling member of the community when I was alive. But hells, who is? He sighs. It's just that I can't help it. Nothing's worse than being honest all the time. Except being sentenced to the hells. That sounds a lot worse than telling the truth. Yeah, you're right. Again, he clicks his teeth the way he does. The way he does it reminds you of someone drumming their fingers. I guess just all that good and evil and lying and cheating catches up with you. And when I got penned in the dead book, it was my turn to pay the ferryman. So how'd
Updated
you
my
escape the
journal.
pillar? Well, you helped me, Chief. When you showed up at the Pillar of Skulls, I pushed my way to the front. My obvious know-how and charm attracted your attention. You knew that I was the head that knew the most, so I cut a deal with you. Deal? As Mort speaks, your vision seems to bleed into a fiery red, and you hear a howling, a horrible screaming tower of voices, chittering, screeching, hammering, all of them begging, screaming to be freed. And Mort's voice, faint, almost lost in the horde. He sounds desperate, frightened, and pathetically, tragically lost. You, Skull, speak. The howling voices fall silent, and you watch the tiny red-lined skull, its cracked features cast in a hellish light, turn its eyes up at you. Blood and ichor has streamed across its features, and its teeth chatter as if cold. I can help you. I know what you seek. All these heads, all their knowing. Just please, I beg you, free me. Let me help you. I'll tell you anything. Everything. Will you? Swear it, Skull. Swear you will serve me until my end days, or here you will remain. I swear, just please, please, please free me. You watch as Mort sickeningly swallows, his pride almost a tangible thing. I beg you, let me help you, please. Very well, I shall free you. Your vision slides as if you are moving, and the howling, screaming cacophony begins again, a nightmarish horde of howls and catcalls and taunts and insults. The feel of your hands sliding into the filthy quagmire of the pillar, the biting of fangs, mandibles, and your hands locking around the tiny skull and ripping, tearing it from the pillar like an old scab. It is done. You look down at the bloody skull in your scarred hands, its eyes covered in ichor from the pillar, and its teeth chatter once, twice. It reminds you of a wailing newborn, helpless, in the eyes of the man you once were, and in the eyes of the man you once were, pathetic. I have freed you. Now your life and your death is mine, Mort. Your vision swirls, the mists of the past drifting away, and Mort is still chattering on. We talked for a while, Chief, you and me, seeing whether the arrangement would work, and I think we were both really impressed with each other. So you invited me off the pillar, and I've kind of been here ever since. Uh-huh. What happened then? Well, I didn't know I'd lose most of the pillar's knowledge once I was out of it. I mean, how was I to know? I'd never been off the damn thing. But you were pretty understanding about it. You lost all the knowledge you said you had? Your vision swirls again, making you dizzy, and you feel your gut churn. You hear the cracking, snapping of the bone. Mortels, howling in pain, screaming for someone to stop killing him, and your hand lashing out again and again. Damn you, Skull, you lied to me. I'll thrust you back in that damnable pillar and leave you to die there. There's the clatter of bone against what sounds like metal, a floor or a wall, and the skittering of teeth knocked free. You can hear Mort mewling like a beaten dog for you to not sure what word would go here. Echo, know that your suffering on the pillar will be nothing to the torment I will make you suffer. Your vision swirls and Mort's cries ebb, fading into his chattering rhythm. So I realized I still had my uses, so I took up with you, and I've been with you ever since. Mort, what did I want from the pillar, and how long ago was it that I freed you? He thinks for a moment. Well, as for how long, I don't know the exact count, Chief. Ages, I suppose. I've done all I could to help you each time, but... He sighs. It's not easy. And as for what you wanted at the pillar, I don't know. Once you pried me off, I couldn't remember. Mort, why didn't you say something when we were at the mortuary? He suddenly becomes defensive. Because I never know who you're going to be. Some of your incarnations have been stark raving mad. One time you awoke obsessed with the idea that I was your skull, and you chased me around the spire trying to shatter and devour me. Luckily, you were crushed by a passing cart in the street. Another quote-unquote good and lawful you tried to thrust me back into the pillar, because it's quote-unquote where I belonged. He smirks. That's why. Besides, no harm's ever come of you not knowing. So you stayed with me this whole time? Well, yeah, Chief, I said I would. Mort always keeps his promises. He pauses. Well, most of them. There was this one chid on Arborea who... You suddenly realize his tone's changed. Past the joke, you realize he's trying to hide something. Something about why he's with you. Mort, seriously, why are you still traveling with me? Chief, I said it's because I promised, alright? He looks irritated. What else could it be? I don't know, you didn't need to stick around after I freed you. Well, of course I'd not, Chief, but I... Then suddenly his tone of voice strikes a chord in you, and you know why he's remained with you all this time. You feel guilty, because you led me to my death so long ago, isn't it? And you've been suffering ever since. Ah, come on, Chief, me feel guilty? I'm Mort. No, I think that's it. When I came to free you from the fate you deserved, you couldn't help but try and help me. And when you could have left after I freed you, you remained, because you felt indebted. Mort is silent for a while, looking at you. Maybe. You know what's funny? At first I don't know what the feeling was. It kind of slowly eats at you, you know? I mean, at first I thought it was a nice side effect of some enchantment that bound me to you. But after a couple 100 years, I realized it was more than that. Something deeper. I just felt drawn, connected to you somehow. Maybe it's all your suffering, Chief. Your torment. I don't know, maybe I felt... I don't know. Responsible for whatever it is I did. What if something I did brought you to this state? Thing is, I don't think me, or whoever I was, really ever had to see the consequences of all the lying and cheating I'd done. And when I saw you for the first time when I was trapped in on the pillar somehow, I knew that you were the one I'd betrayed. Once. Long ago. He sighs. And that's all I know. I see. Thanks for coming clean, Mort. Nah, don't thank me. Oh, major stat buffs. Strength +4, Dexterity +2, Constitution +2. He sighs, and to your surprise, his voice seems stronger somehow, more confident. Some of the cracks and fractures in his skull have vanished, as if healed. Nah, the thanks is all to you. I feel like I just had a plane moved off my shoulders, so to speak. Okay. You can finish talking to Fall from Grace now, probably. Let's check his what do you got? Okay. Constitution 18. I don't think that's enough to regen, unfortunately. And he can't wear anything, so he doesn't have an easy way to buff con, but that's fine. Did I have any other rings worth wearing? Let's see, this is 5, so I guess this, oh wait, are these mage only? Yeah. Fall from Grace can't wear it. Is this also mage only? Yep. So what do we think? Should I like buff up Fall from Grace's AC? Or because I'll be keeping her out of melee range. I'm not worried about that. Yeah.
How may I help?
Okay. I think there's also like an armor shop somewhere around in this area. I guess we don't have to go there until we actually are gonna be somewhere where combat is
I'm gone.
likely. Okay, wait, I need to Finish asking fall from grace about my other
Yes.
companions. Let's ask you about Anna. She is strong and capable and quite passionate. I almost wish I'd met her long ago and asked her to come to the brothel. Perhaps things might have been different. He studies you for a moment. What do you think of her? I think she doesn't care for you very much. I would agree, she smiles. But I shall not let you dodge the question so easily. What do you think of her? Well, I think I could fall in love with her. You might wish to tell her so. I don't know, I seem to leave this wreckage wherever I go. With Dayanara especially, in the lives of others I've touched, it might be best to leave well enough alone. To that, I would say this. Love may move the planes themselves when it is strong and true, and there is nothing truer in all of my experiences than the truth about how one feels about one another. Perhaps so. Okay. Tell me about the Khan. The Khan? She raises an eyebrow. He's most uncommon for a Githseri. Really? In what way? Well, he obeys you. That alone would mark him as a pariah among his people. His entire race were once slaves. Even the reminder of servitude to them is distasteful. Yeah, he made a promise to me long ago to serve me until he died. It was after I saved his life, and he did not know that I was immortal. Truly, as a Githseri, he must be suffering indeed. How did you save his life? After he fell from Shraktalor, one of my previous incarnations came to him as he lay dying in limbo, and gave him the unbroken circle of Zerthamon, that religious text he has. If I may ask, do you know why the incarnation saved his life? I think it saved him because of his Karak blade. Curious. She's silent for a moment. You know, that blade reflects the will of the wielder as a potent weapon, if the wielder knows himself. Perhaps that is why I saved them. Saved him, then. Anything else you can tell me? The Khan approaches everything in an orderly fashion. Again, most curious for a Githseri. They tend to be unpredictable. They follow their impulses rather than a plan. Anything else? He seems a most pious Githseri and a steadfast ally. That he is. Ask her about Ignis here, and then I think that
Yes.
completes all of our conversations. Actually, there may still be something under the travels. Ignis, you would be wise to travel with him no longer. He is insane, and he has proven himself capable of great acts of destruction. As I understand it, he was transformed into a conduit, the elemental plane of fire. Such a transformation would have killed many mortals. Not only did he survive such a trial, but he thrived. He possesses tremendous power. Should he be forced into a confrontation, I would fear for the chances of anyone who stood against him. I pray it does not come to that. If Ignis is so powerful, why doesn't he just attack everything he sees? Why does he even travel with us? I do not know, but I do not think it is because he likes our company. In fact, I think he considers us all irrelevant, except for you. I think it's because I was his teacher in the past. You were his teacher? Yes, one of my previous incarnations taught him the art, but I don't think it was a kind lesson. I think in some dim way, he still considers me his master. She nods thoughtfully. That would explain a great deal. She studies your features for a moment. Did the realization trouble you? I feel some responsibility. I think the means by which I taught Ignis may have contributed to his madness, but I do not know for sure. Ignis burns within, with such fires that Beator itself would be shamed. He has become much more than a sorcerer, more than a man. He has become a force. I can't help but wonder if that was part of his nature before he crossed paths with you. I don't know either.
Yes.
Okay, what about our travels? Okay,
Yes.
I think I've asked all those. Alright, now that we've done that, I think we can
I'm gone.
Now I'll, like, complete all the conversations with all the people in here. And now that experience will, also go to Fall from Grace, which will be nice. Anything we get now?
I'm gone.
Come on. Let's talk. What can you tell me about the silent prostitute? Yes, Echo. She can't have always been mute, you know. Otherwise, I am most certain she would have learned some other means of communicating in the meantime. It must be a recent occurrence. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? Oh dear, yes, I had heard about that. Most unfortunate. Did you ever have the exquisite pleasure of breathing in that scent of hers? The armorer's drawers seemed to shudder with delight. Absolutely wondrous it was, but sadly no. I know not where good Lady Vivian's scent might be found.
I'm gone.
Nothing new from him, it sounds. These people are like wandering around. It's kind of annoying. I was hoping they would stay in the room so I can always find them. Alright, okay, Juliet apparently won't really talk to us anymore until we do our quest.
I'm gone.
Let's see, was Echo the silent one? Is your name
Updated
Echo?
my journal.
She nods, smiling pleasantly. Yeah. Vivian scent? She shakes her head, shrugging, and gives you an apologetic look. Can you tell me anything about this place? She looks at you, then raises an eyebrow. Revel Puzzlewell? Her eyes flash, and she smiles. She nods at you.
Updated
What?
my journal.
What do you know of me? What do you know of her?
Done.
I think Vivian had some stuff we could ask her about. What are you doing here? I am one of Mistress Grace's prostitutes, one of her students, here in the brothel. I am working to get myself into the Sensei faction, and my family recommended this establishment as one means by which I could examine my inner self to see if I wish to join. The Sensei faction? She sighs. You may wish to ask Fall from Grace, or better yet, someone at the Civic Fest Hall. About the Sensates, they would be happy to speak with you, I'm certain. 1 second. Okay. Can you tell me about this place? Mistress Grace's brothel? It is a school where she tutors us in the art of language and conversation. The ability to affect one another with one's words, and to gain new insights into both them and ourselves. For many, 'tis in preparation to become a member of the Society of Sensation. What about the silent
Updated
prostitute?
my journal.
You mean Echo? She's a dear, quiet. Vivian frowns. That may be part of the charm. There is all manner of speculation as to why she is silent, but I think 'twas that her heart was most horribly broken. Delora might know best. She has been known to speak to a man Echo once loved, before she lost her voice. What about Ravel Puzzlewell? Isn't she some historical figure? I can't quite recall. Who is she? A night hag from sigils past, I think.
Updated my journal.
I hope she stays in the past then. Night hags are foul creatures, besmirching all femininity everywhere in the plains. He pauses, suddenly. You may wish to ask Eves. She knows all sorts of peculiar little tales. Okay. Where'd Delora go? He was the one who I think I, didn't have a full discussion with, I think? Yeah, I wanted to do, a, debate in a, game. Debate, you say? She nods. That is correct. I am neither a tome nor a tutor. No desire to educate. Oh wait, I already did that one. Okay, choose a topic and see if you can best her. You choose a topic and begin. The debate lasts a long time as the two of you exchange points and counterpoints, each attempting to methodically undermine each other's positions. As you speak, a strange feeling begins to come over you, a memory trying to surface. 1 second, need some water. Stretching. Also, hello, auras. Do. Memories of a great hall begin to form in your mind. A vast place, full of well-dressed elites. A formal ball was taking place. Before you was a small, impeccably dressed fellow who wore a golden medallion. It was emblazoned with a symbol you dimly recall as the sign of one. The two of you stood in a circle of onlookers who've gathered to listen to your debate. But that's impossible, the man was saying, looking perplexed. Oh, but it is, you recall yourself replying. I have made several inarguable points and given you a number of examples. You simply don't exist. But you can't. Were I to accept that, I'd... Yes, you'd cease to exist. And without a flash of light or a puff of smoke, with no fanfare of any sort, the man was simply gone. The onlookers oohed and awed, some clapped, and you remember giving a flourishing bow, then walking away, a small, satisfied smile upon your lips. You suddenly realized Dolores watching you closely. Are you feeling well? We might finish our discussion another time, should you like. No, let's continue. As hard-pressed as you are to beat Dolores' infallible sense of logic, you eventually won out. She merely nods in approval. You are a most skilled debater. This there is no denying. I do feel, though, that had I time to perform some research, you might not have bested me. Perhaps not. I'd consider that an unfair advantage, though. She nods. If you would like, we can debate once more upon the same topic. I could argue your position this time, should you desire it. Wait, are you always so ruthless in a debate? She nods. Mistress Grace instructed me to show no mercy for another of her students. Always allows a patron to win after a lengthy debate. It was Mistress Grace's desire that I provide a different sort of experience for the clientele. I see. Can we play a game now? Of course. Anything in particular you wish to play? No, I don't really remember any games. Here then, allow me to show you one. She brings out a thin, lacquered box, which unfolds into a small board marked with a grid. The contents of the box prove to be a number of polished stone chips. Half black, half white. This game goes by many names. Shall I explain the rules to you? Yes, please. She explains to you the rules of the game, how the chips are moved, how one bests one's opponent. It seems somehow faintly familiar to you. The rules are simple, yes, but a great deal of complexity lies within the game itself. It takes a great deal of time to master. Shall we play? Yes, let's. As you play, you come to realize that you've done so before. You recall various ploys and strategies that have won you previous games, and employ every trick you know to beat her. Suddenly, a strange feeling comes over you, a memory trying to surface. Memories of a smoke-filled field of battle begin to fill your mind. Atop a great hill overlooking the fighting, you sat, mounted upon a massive four-legged beast. The braying of horns carried your orders to the troops below. Even as you watched, your forces divided. fleeing left and right as the foreign army fought its way up the hill to slay the enemy lord. You. The fools, you had thought, lips curling into a wicked smile. My knight shall charge down the hillside and stop their advance in an instant. And at that very moment, my retreating footmen will fall in to crush their flanks. Yet another victory is soon to be mine. She suddenly realized Delora is watching you intently. Are you feeling well? We might take up the game another day if you so wish. No, let's continue. Delora plays excellently, counteracting all but your most crafty moves, but eventually your feints and calculating maneuvers win over her well-crafted strategies. She nods approvingly as she begins to put the game away. You are a fine player, perhaps a master. I commend you for your skill. Okay. Let's see if anything happens for arguing the other side of the debate.
Updated my journal.
Okay. Oops. I did not mean to misclick there, but it doesn't seem to have any effect, so that's fine. Okay. Yeah, so now I can ask her, see if I can ask her questions. I'm willing to serve you as a patron, but I have no wish to answer other questions at this time. My apologies, but I fear you shall simply have to bear with that for the time being. Drawing anything I can help with? Okay, we had this conversation before, but I had loaded because I couldn't
Updated my journal.
do the debate in game afterwards, but let's quickly get that
Done.
get that quest now. Alright, okay, Echo. Did we already talk to Vivian? Yeah. And I think I did Juliet already again. Yeah. Juliet won't talk to us anymore until we do her quest. Let's talk to Nenny now. Well met, good sir. I'm Nenny. How are you this fine day? Oh, we've met before. She giggles and smiles gleefully at you. I'm sorry, I knew you looked familiar. What are you doing here? I'm talking to you, silly. She giggles and pokes you in the belly. Just like I talk to all the patrons here. All the prostitutes do. That's what the brothel's all about. Learning new ways to talk and share experiences and understand people. Can you tell me about this place? Sure I can. The Brother of Slating Intellectual Lust is a school that was started by Mistress Fall from Grace. The prostitutes here, like me, are taught the ins and outs of talking to people, all to help us learn more about ourselves and others. I love it here. It's a non-stop wave of experiences crashing into me, filling my head with fresh new ideas. I think we already heard that. Okay, what can you tell me about the silent prostitute? Oh, Echo. She's a mysterious one, isn't she? Do you know she never speaks? Truly. She leans in and lowers her voice. I think she was emotionally wounded. So bad she may never speak again. I bet Delora knows, because she sometimes talks to the last lover Echo had when she still spoke. That's interesting. Didn't see an option. Maybe I have to do Dolores' quest before I can ask her other questions. Okay, I'm trying to find Vivian Scent. Do you know where it might be? What? Oh, I just can't. I can't say anything bad about anyone. I'm just no good at it. It's not bad to point out a thief, Nenny. Oh, but I don't know she's a thief. She bites her lips and looks at you with pleading eyes as if she just wishes you'd leave the topic alone. Look, why don't you try and say something not nice about her? Oh, all right. She puts her hands on her hips and frowns. Deeply, almost exaggeratedly. You resist the temptation to laugh. Ooh, I dislike her very, very much. She pauses for a moment, then looks at you out of the corner of her eye, as if gauging your reaction. Was that convincing? No, not really. He frowns. I knew I wouldn't be any good at this. He looks up at you, depressed. You know how hard it is to say bad things about someone? It feels so wrong. Why don't you practice on me? I suppose I could. She looks dubious. You big, mean, nasty brute. She puts her hands on her hips. Meanie. How was that? Put more accent on brute. You big, mean, nasty brute. Better, now hit me. She clamps her hands over her mouth, looking shocked. Oh, I couldn't. I mustn't. She blinks. How does one hit somebody anyway? Go ahead. Do it lightly if you have to. Remember, I'm a mean, nasty brute. I deserve it. Ninny slaps you. You barely feel it. She still looks shocked and frightened. She hurt you. Oh, I'm so hurried. I'm so sorry. Did that hurt? Tell me you're okay. Don't break character, Ninny. Come on, show me what you've got. You can say something bad, just let it all out. Oh. Ninny draws her tiny frame to its full height, balls her hands into fists, puts them on her hips, and scrunches up her face in a cute scowl. Oh, damned be you. You deserve that for all the indignities you put me through. Going out late at night, her eyes roam up and down your body, getting into fights, and getting all scarred up. What are the kids going to think, Excellent. Oh, don't you excellent me, like I'm some backlicker looking for your approval. I'm my own woman, and this woman is about to walk out of your life unless I get some solid commitment. Okay. She punches you. You barely feel it. Take this! She punches you again. And this! She punches you again, promptly turning into a little fist-flailing whirlwind. Okay, time to let go of the anger. She sighs tiredly. Whew. That was easier than I thought. No kidding. And I'm sure I'll do better next time. Oh, I'm so excited to have learned something new. Thank you. Okay, bizarre. At least he's, maybe not quite as sycophantic now. Trying to find Vivian's scent.
My journal.
Maybe. I saw that mean Marissa sneaking out of Vivian's room one night. Now, I'm not saying she took it, but I know Marissa's not a very nice person. And that sure sounds suspicious, huh? I'd go ask her about it. He nods at you. Do you know about Revel? No, sorry. That's a great name though, huh? I'll bet she's a really interesting person. Hey, you should ask Yuz about her. Yuz collects all kinds of stories. Okay.
Done.
I haven't talked to the Modrons yet. I want to do that too. Need to make sure I fully talk to all the people wandering around here. Since they're moving about, I'm a little concerned I may miss one. Okay, I've done Delora. Still need to do Kesai Saris. At her tongue, looks like she's trying to come out of her room. Talked to Vivian already. Let's see, was Marissa the Gorgon? Okay, new save. I think I've been in here for a while, done a lot. Marissa's cold, cruel voice hisses out from the darkness. It returns. You have a reason for coming this time, I trust? Or just more of your pointless questions? Just more pointless questions, Marissa. Why do you remain behind the screen? Is it your wish that I step away from this partition? Into some patch of light and speak to you face to face? She laughs, and there's a sound of scales sliding across the scales. Nay, I think not. The darkness suits me, and doubtless suits you as well. Why is it so dark here? To prevent any unwanted and embarrassing casualties. Now, what is it you want? See what? I wonder if we can convince her to come into the light, and if anything happens. Nay, and the addition of please will not serve to persuade me. Now, what do you want? Surely you did not come all this way just to see me. I do want to see what you look like. You have no such want. Oh, I do. What do you look like? Darkness hides us both. Let's make it a game. I'm frightfully bored. Let me guess. Are you a human male? Yes. Are you wounded in the throat? Yes. Describe yourself to me. Tall, muscular, and horribly scarred. Indeed. She pauses for a moment. How were you so horribly scarred? Wait, never mind. I don't wish to know. Now describe yourself for me. She describes herself as a shapely, pale-skinned, beautiful woman with a forked tongue. Her hair is made up of writhing asps and glowing eyes, which you assume she must be keeping shut.
Updated
Are you a
my
fiend?
journal.
She laughs lightly, the sound accompanied by a slight hissing. No, hardly. Although I have powers some might call fiendish, my glance turns living things to stone, for instance. From beings of flesh to statuary, with the bat of an eyelash. Living things to stone, could you turn, say, a limb into a statue? Okay, I wanna... hold on, I'm gonna check this. I think this might turn me chaotic, I'm not sure. I'm also not sure if there's a reason for it. Let me see. Oh, this also seems like a potentially a bug that existed in a non-patched version of the game. Let me see here. Don't know if there's a reason for the stone limb or not. Okay, let's see what she says. Living things to stone? Could you turn, say, a limb into a statue?
Updated my journal.
I suppose I could. Had you a limb, and were I inclined to do so, and I might be so inclined, had I my crimson veil, but I do not know where it has gone. Have you seen it perchance? No, what's it for? Is it just a normal veil? He sighs quietly. No, not quite. It aids me in communication, face-to-face communication, that is. Okay. Okay, so we can ask her the rest of the questions. Actually, maybe we go get her veil, and then she might be more inclined to answer our questions. I think it's over here. I think I have a vague memory of that. I could be getting it mixed up with something else, though. Crimson Veil, do you know where it might be? I heard she used to walk about in a Crimson Veil, but she had recently taken to her room and darkened it. I did not know what had occurred. So this veil of hers is missing, is it then? Yes, I had another question. So the women know about this.
I'm gone.
Maybe we need to, like, learn about it from somebody else? Crimson Veil? Were I to know its location, I'd set it alight and cast its remains into the deepest of pits. May that wretched thing never find her precious veil, and be confined to that chamber for the rest of her days. Vivian harumphs. Echo probably won't talk to us. Or, I mean, can't talk to us. Let's see. Does Juliet know? Because she won't talk to us right now. Nenny. Vale?
Updated my journal.
I'll bet I do. I saw that nasty Kimaxi at her tongue sneaking out of Marissa's room one night. They're both meanies, you know. But Kimaxi is really awful. Anyway, I talked to her first. Okay, maybe we finish asking Marissa questions. I think we'll do the accusing her last in case she gets pissed off at us, though. What are you doing here? Sitting here with my thoughts, listening to your voice. Do you voice yours? The silence of both of them, literal and figurative, is deafening. Curious to hear your thoughts. Oh, I think you would find them most unflattering at this moment. What is it you want? Can you tell me about this place? No, I'm not in the mood. I'm sure one of the girls here would be happy to tell you all about Mistress Grace's little school for aspiring sensates. Go find one of them. Sensates? Yes, a silly little group devoted to experience and the like. I certainly need not be a sensate to be a sensate. And once I've gotten access to the fest hall and grown tired of its sensoriums, I'll simply move on. Tell me about the sensoriums. They are halls where sensations are stored in objects, called sensory stones. There are two. A public sensorium in the Civic Fest Hall, open to everyone, and a sensate sensorium open to only members of the Society of Sensations. Sensates. Oh my gosh, what a tongue twister. What can you tell me about the silent prostitute? Yes, Echo. I knew another Echo once. Although her name was written differently. I know nothing of this girl, though. Ask Delora. She made friends of an old lover, I've heard. Trying to find Vivian's scent. You know where it might be? Nope, not a clue. What about Ravel Puzzlewell? No, do you? You hear an annoyed sigh from out of the darkness. Go ask Eves. She collects many tales. Okay, let's ask her about the, I was told you were seen sneaking away from Vivian's chambers recently. Is that connected to her missing scent somehow?
Updated my journal.
Marissa says nothing, though an angry hissing issue from the chambers. Though an angry hissing... Wait, what? Says nothing, though an angry hissing issues? From the darkness around her? Yes, I've been known to creep into Vivian's chamber for some of her perfumes, though I doubt you'll meet another here who hasn't. If you're implying that I've got her personal scent, well, feel free to sniff around. You'll not find it on me or in my chambers, I assure you. Perhaps whoever took my crimson veil took Vivian's scent as well. Okay. I mean, surely it's the armoire, right? Let's talk to Addertongue, and then we can talk to Eves again. Although I'll probably have a ad break before we do any major conversations. The tiefling rolls her eyes. Then what makes you think I care? Why don't you lick my backside? My tongue's not wide enough, and I don't like hair in my mouth. Well, you seem to like the taste of offal in your mouth, you dung breath cretin. Only because it's like kissing you, you mangy stinkpot. Kiss me, she breaks a retching sound. I'd rather kiss a bloody mess of phlegm than lay my lips on you. No, thanks. Don't thank me, thank the power someone actually wants to kiss you. She looks at a loss for something to say. For an instant, a smile threatens to crack the grimacing mask of her face. Then she becomes more of a basilisk than ever. Alright, what do you want of me? Questions answered. She looks annoyed. Fine. Whatever. Trying to find Vivian's scent, do you know where it might be? Try a hive gutter. Or perhaps that's just a similar aroma. To be serious, though, Marissa stole it. Marissa, you sure? No, but I'm hoping you'll go stomping into her room and upset her enough to do something awful to you. What about Crimson Veil? She smirks. Up your arse, perhaps? Hells, I don't know. She smooths back her hair, which instantly springs back up into a spiky mess. Okay. Who are you? My name? Uninterested. I can guess yours, though. Scarbunch, get out of here before I put a fire under your arse. What are you doing here? Not you, that's for certain. She smirks. I'm contemplating the best way to tell you to pike off. Next. Can you tell me about the silent prostitute? What? That Echo chit? Don't know anything about her. Don't talk to the girl. I mean, why? Not like she can talk back. Ask Frigid Delora about her. I think I saw her playing Go with an old crush of Echo's, back from when she could talk. Okay. I'll ask about this one, but the ad's gonna be starting here in like a minute and a half, so good time to take a break, and I'll be back after the ads.